Bonjour, Kinamagi and Ireland edition cast, and welcome to our latest episode of our Week at a Glance videos for 2023-2024. This week featuring week 23. As always, we'll begin in our classroom stream page, where you can find contact information, including my Google Voice number, sagchipschool.net email. Does not include my mireland@sagchip.org, but that's also a good way to reach me. We have the newsletter that is being sent home today. So that'll be coming. Last week's videos, which you might see some commonalities. And then we keep a few of them here, and then we try to cut them off when they're 3 weeks to a month old. You can still see our January breakfast and lunch menu. We will be including the February one soon, potentially within hours, but probably in next week's episode. But we will email it to you as well. Just as a reminder, as we've been seeing some inclement weather, we have our sagchipschool.net website. Although it does say Saginaw Chippewa Academy, it is the education department in general. And you can see our live feed, so you can check here to look for delays, as you can see from yesterday and a week and a day ago, and 2-hour delays. There is a web app that you can download here that'll, if you enable push notifications, will tell you, hey, no school. It's the quickest way to get it. In fact, that's how usually I'll get it before I send it out to you. I will usually try to send out an email, but it's always going to be after this one. So I strongly encourage that you download this. Looking at today's newsletter, we were scheduled to do Friday tomorrow on second part on working in our Shishigan at 7th generation facilities. Due to issues beyond our control, we've had to reschedule. The new date has not yet been made official, so I will send you an email as soon as I have it. Next Monday, we will be visiting Mount Pleasant Middle School just in a few days. The purpose of these visits, like we did with Renaissance and we will do with Shepherd a little later on, is to become a little bit more accustomed to what the campus looks like. I know some students are deciding, well, where do I want to go to school? In addition, they'll meet some of our K-12 staff from the education department that work in the building as tutors and advocates. Quite often we'll get paperwork, whether if you want to enroll, you want to pick the specials that you want, we recommend that you do it sooner than later. And quite often they'll send home an education packet so that the K-12 staff can work with your student. That paper is the same regardless of which school, and I strongly encourage families to sign up for that service. It's available in all of the local middle schools, including Renaissance. A reminder, homework is sent home specifically on Tuesday and Thursday, and any incomplete work. I'm going to start sending some more emails out. The students are showing me whether they are doing them pretty consistently or need a little reminder. I'm just kind of keep you aware. You've seen the sagchipschool.net website earlier in this video. Just a reminder too, make sure students are dressed for the appropriate weather. I know it's been a crazy year. It got really cold, but by and large, it's not been terrible. Even though it's maybe 34 degrees, like for instance, right now, it's still pretty chilly, and I would encourage students to have a coat. Dry clothes may be another nice thing, is they may love playing in the snowbanks. And that way you don't have to come down here and bring them a change of clothing. I do recommend that students read for 20 minutes a day, whether it's at school day or not. Can be on their phone, can be in a book. It's always good maybe to have a little variation there. Does not have to be school related. Just trying to have an opportunity for students to be reading and building the vocabulary and their reading stamina. Just looking at what we're learning, we're now moving into connecting division and fractions as we start in that path. Things like greatest common factors, least common multiples are going to play a role here. I still am strongly encouraging families to get their students multiplication or division flashcards. Multiplication being the first choice there. Dollar store ones are just fine. Students could choose to make their own. We want students to become really quick at that, so that way they can focus on the how instead of the numbers. Language arts, we're finishing up selections related to the arts. Social studies, we are wrapping up our section on English colonies. We'll soon be moving another week or so to the Revolutionary War period. Science, we continue on space. You can see some of the words that we have picked this week for our language corner. We often use the Ojibwe People's Dictionary, but not always, as several of these come from other sources. Looking at the learning plan for next week, see our trip in there. This is always subject to change. Like if suddenly I find out that we can go, say, on Wednesday or Friday to do the next part at 7 Gen, we're going to make that happen. So it is subject to change. I do update it occasionally in here, but most times I'm not going to bother you with an email over that. This is kind of just give you an idea. You can see in social studies, we're wrapping up the English colonies, looking a little bit at slavery still. We're looking at a lot of geometry and math review and enrichment. And again, also division. Working on writing an informational piece as well. So hopefully this will provide you an idea and students know exactly what's coming every day. If you have any questions, please reach out to me at mireland@sagchip.org or mireland@sagchipschool.net. I'm always more than happy to answer them for you. I hope everyone has a great Friday and a great weekend. Go Lions. And everyone have a Metal Gear God. And Wabama P.